Hi everyone, welcome back. I have a friend in India who was asking me to make a video on comparing fractions. It was a long time ago. So Nan, this is for you. For anyone who wants to support me, if you press like before you forget to press like, I find I forget to press like on other people's videos, that would be wonderful. So here we go. Don't want to go through great details. I can change them into, you've heard all the stuff about lowest common denominators and things, and a lot of kids just don't get it, and it doesn't sink in. So what I'm seeing in exam after exam and year 7 through to year 12 is people making mistakes with fractions. So let's have a look at what we've got here. I'm just going to show you a simple technique. People could refer to it as cross multiplication, but it's related to that. So let's have a look at what we can do. If I multiply that 3 times that 2, I always say start up here. So if I get a red pen, start up here. I've noticed some people teaching cross multiplication will say start down here. I prefer to start up here and brainwash people that always start up there. It saves a lot of the mistakes that people commonly make. Let's have a look. 3 times the 2 would be 6. 8 times the 1 would be 8. So what we're doing is we're changing the fractions into another form. If you want to watch other videos on that, I've got other videos. This is just going through the basics of it. So 3 times the 2 is a 6. The 1 times the 8 is the 8. And the 8 times the 2 is 16. Now, if you have a look at those two fractions, which one's bigger? The 6 16ths or the 8 16ths? And now most people are okay, and they'll jump in and say, this one is bigger. It's now obviously bigger. One of the reasons is why we change them to 16, so if we can see if they're bigger. So the half is bigger. Now, I want you to have some understanding without going too far. I could spend a long video on this, but I don't want to make a long video. So if you go over here, we're comparing 3/8 with a half. So if you look up here, I've got 1, 2, 3/8. So there's my 3/8 up to there. So if I want to make a rectangle out of it, there's my 3/8. And we're comparing that with a half. And you can see that 3/8 is shorter than a half. There are so many mental little tricks you could do, but this is not for that. This is just talking about those who don't really understand fractions. How can they get through and do it? Let's have a look at this next one then. Let's go back to the routine. I always say start here. And bother the right start here. And just get in the habit of that all the time. 5 4s are 20. 3 6s are 18. And then you've got to find out, what are we turning these into? We're turning them into 24ths so they can be compared. So if I put that on there on 24 and I put that there on 24, then you can say which one was the bigger one. 20 on 24 is bigger than 18 on 24. So this one here, 5 6 is the bigger one. So it's pretty obvious. Go back over to here though. If you had a chart like this right in front, written in front of you, you could compare 5 6, 1 2 3 4, 5 6 goes to there, whereas 3/4 only goes to there. And you can see that 5 6 is a little bit longer than 1 2 3/4. You can see that that's the longer one. So all you're looking at is which of these two is bigger, which means that that one there is the largest. So without any diagrams, just go through a couple more. Start at 3, 3 5s are 15, 4 4s are 16. The trouble is people have trouble with their times tables, but you can work it out if you take your time. 4 5s are 20 and 4 5s are 20. And obviously this one is bigger, which means that one's bigger. Now I did go a couple more because the numbers are getting a bit worse. So if we start up here, without going too long, most people could probably turn off the video because you now understand what's happening. 2 7s are 14, 5 3s are 15, 3 7s are 21 goes on the bottom of both of them. You go, which one's bigger? You go, this one's bigger, which means that's the bigger one. One last one, starting up here, 1 times 11 is 11, 2 5s are 10, and then you're comparing them in lots of, now here's the crazy part, but most people know they're 11 times tables, and most people know they're 5 times. 5 11s are 55. Now this one, as I got to some more unusual numbers, not simple things like halves and quarters and fifths, talking about getting to 55ths. And you can see these two are pretty close to each other, not a lot of difference in those two. So this one here is the bigger, which means which one's bigger? 11 on 55 is bigger. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you find it helpful. Hopefully I'll see you in the future. Thanks.